Let's talk about the woman who took her KYRGYZ heritage, combined it with unstoppable fashion dreams, and built an Instagram empire that's making the fashion world question everything they thought they knew about representation, authenticity, and global influence. We're diving deep into Lera Buns' story, and this isn't just another influencer success story. This is about a woman who looked at an industry that historically excluded voices like hers and said, "Watch me completely rewrite the rules while staying true to my roots." Lera didn't just break into fashion. She conquered it so authentically that the entire industry had to acknowledge their previous standards were not only limited, but actively harmful to global representation. Here's what makes this story absolutely revolutionary. While fashion brands were having their annual diversity crisis, throwing around buzzwords like inclusion, while serving the same recycled European standards, Lera was building undeniable proof that authentic cultural representation isn't just morally right. It's commercially brilliant and strategically essential for global success. But this isn't just about personal success. This is about how Lera Buns single-handedly shifted the entire conversation around Central Asian representation in fashion, created a blueprint for authentic cultural entrepreneurship, and proof that when you combine genuine heritage pride with strategic business thinking, you don't just succeed. You transform entire industries while inspiring creators who never thought they had permission to dream this big. Lera Buns' journey from Kyrgyzstan to global fashion influence represents one of the most significant cultural bridge-building stories in contemporary fashion, proving that authentic representation transcends borders and creates universal appeal when executed with strategic brilliance and genuine cultural pride. Understanding Lera's KYRGYZ background is crucial to appreciating the magnitude of her achievement. Kyrgyzstan, a Central Asian country with rich cultural traditions and incredible natural beauty, has been virtually invisible in global fashion conversations. The fashion industry's geographic biases have historically concentrated influence in Western fashion capitals, while treating everywhere else as exotic inspiration rather than legitimate sources of fashion authority. Lera looked at this systematic exclusion and decided to change it entirely. Instead of trying to minimize her KYRGYZ identity to fit into existing fashion frameworks, she amplified it into her core brand identity. She understood that her cultural background wasn't a limitation to overcome. It was a unique competitive advantage that could differentiate her in an oversaturated market. Her approach to representing KYRGYZ culture was sophisticated and strategic. She didn't just throw traditional elements into modern content randomly. She thoughtfully integrated cultural pride, traditional aesthetics, and contemporary fashion in ways that educated global audiences while building her personal brand. Every piece of content served dual purposes, celebrating her heritage and building her fashion authority. The challenges she faced were substantial, but not insurmountable. Building global fashion influence from Kyrgyzstan required overcoming language barriers, time zone complications, cultural misunderstandings, and the simple fact that most fashion industry professionals had never considered Central Asian creators as potential partners or leaders. But Lera's response to these challenges reveals the strategic thinking that separates successful entrepreneurs from struggling ones. Instead of trying to conform to existing industry standards, she created her own standards that were so compelling that the industry had to pay attention. She proved that authentic excellence attracts opportunity regardless of geographic location. Her cultural education approach was particularly brilliant. Lera used her platform to teach global audiences about KYRGYZ culture, traditions, and beauty standards in ways that felt natural and engaging rather than forced or academic. She became a cultural ambassador, who happened to be incredibly stylish rather than a fashion influencer, who happened to be from Kyrgyzstan. Let's examine the sophisticated Instagram strategy that transformed Lera from a talented individual with fashion dreams into a global influence powerhouse whose success is being studied by social media strategists and cultural entrepreneurs worldwide. This wasn't accidental virality. this was methodical empire building executed with precision. Lera's Instagram approach was brilliant in its cultural intelligence and strategic focus. She understood that Instagram's visual format was perfect for showcasing the rich aesthetics of KYRGYZ culture while building her personal fashion brand. Every post served multiple strategic purposes: cultural education, fashion inspiration, personal branding, and community building. Her content architecture reveals sophisticated understanding of audience development and engagement psychology. Lera created content pillars that balanced fashion styling, cultural celebration, personal storytelling, and lifestyle content. This diversified approach kept her audience engaged while building multiple touchpoints for brand partnerships and monetization opportunities. The visual storytelling aspect of her strategy was particularly masterful. Lera understood that Instagram success requires stopping the scroll, and she accomplished this by creating content that was visually stunning, culturally rich, and personally authentic. Her feed became a destination rather than just another account to follow passively. Her approach to hashtag strategy and algorithm optimization reveals advanced social media marketing knowledge. Lera didn't just use popular hashtags randomly. She researched and implemented hashtag strategies that maximized her content's reach while attracting the right audience for her brand and business objectives. The community building aspect of her Instagram strategy was equally sophisticated. Lera didn't just post content and disappear. She actively engaged with her audience, responded to comments, and created genuine relationships with followers. This approach transformed casual followers into loyal advocates who actively promoted her success. Her monetization strategy was seamlessly integrated into her content strategy. Brand partnerships felt natural because they aligned with her values and served her audience's needs. Product collaborations reinforced her fashion authority while generating revenue. Affiliate marketing was subtle but effective because it was based on genuine recommendations rather than desperate sales tactics. The international expansion of her Instagram presence required sophisticated cross-cultural communication skills. Lera created content that resonated with global audiences while maintaining her authentic KYRGYZ identity. This balance is incredibly difficult to achieve and represents advanced personal branding expertise. Her influence on Instagram fashion trends has been significant. Lera's unique aesthetic, combining Central Asian cultural elements with contemporary fashion, has inspired countless creators and influenced broader fashion conversations about cultural fusion and authentic representation. Here's where Lera Buns' impact becomes truly revolutionary. She didn't just build personal success. She constructed a cultural bridge between Central Asia and global fashion that's transforming how the industry thinks about representation, authenticity, and the commercial value of genuine cultural diversity. The cultural bridge Lera built serves multiple communities simultaneously. For global fashion audiences, she provides authentic access to Central Asian aesthetics, traditions, and perspectives that were previously invisible or misrepresented. For Central Asian communities, she offers proof that their cultural heritage has global appeal and commercial value. Her approach to cultural translation was sophisticated and respectful. Lera never dumbed down or oversimplified KYRGYZ culture for global consumption. Instead, she presented it with such authenticity and pride that international audiences developed genuine appreciation and understanding rather than superficial fascination. The educational impact of her cultural bridge building cannot be overstated. Lera's content has introduced millions of people to Central Asian culture, geography, traditions, and perspectives. She's accidentally running one of the most effective cultural education programs in global social media, and she's doing it while building a successful business. Her influence on cultural representation in fashion has been transformative. Before Lera, Central Asian aesthetics were either completely absent from global fashion or represented through Western interpretations that missed the cultural context entirely. Her success has encouraged brands to seek authentic Central Asian partnerships and representation. The economic implications of her cultural bridge are significant. Lera's success has attracted international attention to Central Asian fashion, craftsmanship, and cultural products. She's not just building personal wealth, she's creating economic opportunities for her entire cultural community. Her approach to addressing cultural misunderstandings and stereotypes has been particularly effective. Instead of defensive responses to ignorance, Lera uses education and authentic representation to change minds and build genuine cultural appreciation. This approach creates lasting impact rather than temporary awareness. The ripple effects of her cultural bridge extend beyond fashion into broader conversations about globalization, cultural preservation, and authentic representation in media. Lera proves that cultural diversity strengthens rather than complicates global industries when approached with intelligence and respect. Let's dive into how Lera transformed her fashion dreams into concrete reality through strategic planning, authentic execution, and the kind of business acumen that most fashion industry professionals spend years trying to develop. This wasn't just wishful thinking, this was systematic dream achievement through intelligent action. Lera's fashion dreams were rooted in authentic vision rather than superficial ambition. She didn't just want to be famous or wealthy, she wanted to prove that Central Asian women could succeed in global fashion while maintaining their cultural identity. This authentic motivation created sustainable drive that carried her through inevitable challenges. Her approach to skill development was methodical and strategic. Lera didn't just rely on natural talent, she systematically developed the photography, styling, business, and communication skills necessary for fashion industry success. She treated her dream like a business plan rather than a hobby. The brand partnerships she secured reveal sophisticated negotiation skills and strategic thinking. Lera positioned herself as a premium creator who delivered premium results, not just another influencer accepting whatever rates brands offered. Her partnerships feel authentic because they align with her values and serve her audience's needs. Her product development approach has been equally strategic. Instead of rushing into random merchandise, Lera has been building toward fashion collaborations and products that reflect her authentic style and cultural background. This patient approach ensures sustainable success rather than quick cash grabs. The international recognition she's achieved proves that authentic excellence transcends geographic limitations. Global fashion publications, international brands, and worldwide conferences have recognized Lera as a legitimate fashion authority, not just a regional influencer. Her influence on fashion trend development has been significant. Lera's unique aesthetic combining Central Asian cultural elements with contemporary fashion has inspired designers, influenced seasonal trends, and contributed to broader conversations about cultural fusion in fashion. The mentorship and community-building aspects of her success reveal leadership qualities that extend beyond personal achievement. Lera uses her platform to support other Central Asian creators, amplify underrepresented voices, and create opportunities for her cultural community. Her approach to scaling her fashion influence while maintaining authenticity represents advanced personal branding expertise. Lera has grown her platform and opportunities without compromising the cultural authenticity that made her successful initially. The economic impact of her realized fashion dreams extends beyond personal wealth. Lera's success has attracted investment to Central Asian fashion, encouraged cultural preservation efforts, and created economic opportunities for her entire region. Lera Buns' success has created ripple effects that extend far beyond her personal achievements into fundamental changes in how global fashion approaches cultural representation, authentic diversity, and the commercial value of genuine inclusion rather than tokenistic gestures. The transformation she's created in global fashion geography is unprecedented. Before Lera, Central Asia was essentially invisible in international fashion conversations. Her success has forced the industry to acknowledge that authentic influence can emerge from anywhere, and that geographic diversity strengthens rather than complicates global fashion. Her impact on other Central Asian creators has been transformative and lasting. Young women across the region are following her playbook, building authentic cultural brands, and proving that their heritage is a competitive advantage rather than a limitation to overcome. The educational impact of her global success cannot be overstated. Lera's platform has introduced millions of people to Central Asian culture, challenging stereotypes and building genuine cultural appreciation. She's contributing to global cultural understanding while building a successful business. Her influence on fashion industry practices has been significant. Brands operating in global markets have had to expand their definition of fashion authority, diversify their influencer partnerships, and invest in authentic cultural representation rather than superficial diversity campaigns. The economic implications of her success extend beyond personal wealth. Lera's global recognition has attracted international attention to Central Asian fashion, craftsmanship, and cultural products. She's contributing to her region's economic development while building personal success. Her approach to authentic globalization offers a model for other cultural communities. Lera proves that you can achieve global success while maintaining cultural authenticity, that international appeal doesn't require cultural compromise, and that authentic representation creates sustainable competitive advantage. The political and social implications of her success are subtle but significant. Lera's global recognition contributes to Central Asian soft power, cultural pride, and international relationships. She's proving that authentic representation has implications beyond business success. Your mission is absolutely clear. Go follow Lera Buns immediately and study her cultural entrepreneurship strategy like the masterclass in authentic global influence it represents. Don't just consume her content. Analyze how she transformed cultural authenticity into commercial success, fashion dreams into concrete reality, and regional pride into global influence. Whether you're building your own cultural brand, working in fashion, or trying to understand how authentic representation creates sustainable success, Lera's playbook is your blueprint for cultural entrepreneurship and global influence. Notice how she maintains her KYRGYZ authenticity while achieving international success, builds wealth while building cultural bridges, and challenges industry standards while dominating global conversations. Hit that subscribe button if this story proved that authentic cultural representation isn't just morally right, it's commercially brilliant and strategically essential for anyone who wants to build lasting success in our interconnected world. Lera Buns didn't just achieve her fashion dreams. She created a blueprint for authentic global influence that's being studied and replicated worldwide. The fashion industry can keep its outdated geographic biases while Lera continues building empires, transforming cultures, and proving that authentic cultural pride combined with strategic brilliance creates success that transcends borders, industries, and traditional limitations.